The Islamic Center of Tennessee presents. Okay, Maria, the sick person, how we how we praise. If the person who is sick, if he is the person who is sick, prays standing up. That standing up, if that would harm him, he is allowed to pray sitting down. The Prophet ﷺ said, and Imran bin Hussein, when he's talking to him, "Salli qa'ima," he said, pray standing up. فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ, if you cannot do it, then sit down. If you cannot do it, and then pray while you're laying down. So this is the procedure. If the person can pray standing up, is a short, as we mentioned yesterday, he should pray standing up. وَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ قَانِتِينَ, Allah said, pray to Allah while you're standing up. If the person cannot do it, he's allowed to sit down. If the person cannot even sit down, neither sit down, then he sleeps. He prays while he nods his head only. If the person cannot do that, then he uses his eyebrows to pray with it, movement. Not if he that cannot move entire head. If the person cannot do all and he is paralyzed and he is in the bed, still you don't have excuse to not to pray. Still you have to pray, and your heart has to pray. Your heart has to pray. If you have a heart, okay. If your heart is operating, if you know what's yeah, yeah. So you have to pray. So there is no excuse for the prayer to be left. Yes, the wudu, the people should be done for him. The people, if the person and can talk, the people next to him can do for him. If the person reaches a level he cannot talk and he cannot ask for wudu, and the people will not do and nobody does for him, he prays without wudu. La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha. You do as much as you can. As much you can. Okay. Now the case of the person who faints. What about the person if he goes out of conscious for operation or for what? Some people, they go out of conscious for days. What he does. There's debate on it. There's debate in the scholars. Some they say when he comes out from that from that sickness, then he prays. That's one opinion. Another opinion, they say no, he doesn't pray. They will take the proof as a qiyas. They will make qiyas upon the crazy person. So if someone is crazy for 10 years, when he comes out from the craziness, he doesn't have to pray the 10 years. So this is close to the opinion. And this is a qiyas. As I told you yesterday, one of the masadir is qiyas. You make guess from another opinion already existed. So they make a qiyas from the majnoon, the person who is sick. If the person cannot pray, if the person who is sick cannot pray every salah, he's a mashaqqa kabira, he cannot pray in every salah. What he does, then he's allowed to make a jam'. This is the person who is sick and has mashaqqa kabira. He barely cannot pray every salah. He struggles, he cannot do, he's very sick. Then that person is allowed to make a jam', combine two salats between dhuhr and asr and maghrib and isha. He can combine them. Ibn Abbas, that when he was saying the Prophet ﷺ, that he said the Prophet ﷺ that he combined dhuhr and asr and maghrib and isha in Medina without fear and without traveling, without him having a fear, without traveling. Then Ibn Abbas, this is Hadith Bukhari and Muslim anyway. Imam Ahmad says this is the reason was that because the Prophet ﷺ was sick. So some people they take this hadith to try to justify that you can pray without any time jam'. They will tell you any time in your life you decide to do jam', you can, because they will take this hadith and narrate for you the hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. Ibn Abbas says that the Prophet ﷺ prayed in Medina while he don't have a fear or suffer, and he combined dhuhr and asr and he combined maghrib and isha. But this taken out of context, and you say what the ta'wil was done it, what the ta'wil was made it, which is for marad. It was marad. Prophet ﷺ was sick. The people who cannot make jam', like somebody who is really sick. For example, he had a kidney failure. They have to clean and wash the kidney. Then that person, he may miss 2 salat continuously. So if he knows that he's going to there and he will be in this operation and whatever they do, like until he misses that rak'ah, then before that he just combines the 2 salat before. He combines the salah and he goes to that operation and do that work for him. Okay. So anyone who has a great mashaqqa, okay, don't take out of my context this point. Anybody who has a great mashaqqa and cannot do it, he can combine the salah. The student who is learning in a class, and in his class, for example, he goes before Maghrib and he knows that, مثلا we say like he stays for long hours in the school, and the teacher will not give him, the teacher is not a Muslim مثلا, and will not give him at all a time to get out, then he can combine it because of this great mashaqqa. Anyway, he should avoid on these certain, and he should avoid that school and that teacher and whatever is that. He should avoid as much as he can. But if he doesn't have any other options and any other excuse, then he can, because of this great hardshipness. But now there is no that great hardship anyway in our schools. I've been to the school. I've been to TSU anyway. Okay, because the teacher, anytime you want to step out, even you don't ask him, you just go and do whatever you want to do and come back anytime you want. Okay. So that is the way that the person who is sick prays. That's the person who is sick prays. I'm cutting off a lot, inshallah. Any question?
Is that combined
No, you don't make qasr. No, when you're sick, you cannot make qasr. Qasr is only for musafir. Qasr is shortening. I'm going to talk about the musafir, the traveler prayer. I was talking about the marid. The marid, if he had to combine, then he combines 4-4.
Oh, you don't shorten?
No, only traveling short. Yes. Uh-huh. You cannot pray before the time. You cannot pray any salah before the time for any reason. You cannot. So you cannot combine them. But if the,
For example, after starting from 2:40, right? And before the Dhuhr at like 2:30.
also dhuhr, when it starts, when dhuhr starts.
Dhuhr starts to like 12:10 or 12:20.
Yeah, she said if I have my break is 11, which is before the dhuhr, can I pray at that time dhuhr? Because you cannot pray the salah before it is time though. Before it's time too. Mm-hmm. The hadith, Bukhari and Muslim both. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. Now al-musafir, the traveler. This is Allah. Uh-huh. Can you what? Mm-hmm. You nod your head. If you can, you make sujood. If you cannot, you just do this without you touching. Like you're sitting in this chair and you're sick and you cannot get up from your chair to make sujood on the ground, then you nod your head down like this. Then you're in sujood, you say whatever. For example, this is the way you pray Allahu Akbar. You now want to make ruku', you say Allahu Akbar a little bit down, then you say Sami Allahu liman hamidah. Now your sujood will be down, then your ruku' like this down. You just nod your head like that. If you cannot put your head onto the ground, you just nod your head for it. You just try to use your head to pray on it. But if you can put your head on the ground, then you should be doing that. Okay, now Salat al-Musafir. Question in the back, huh? Yes, if you have little privacy and outside you can pray with it. Yes. Unless there is a place where there is a man, you're in the middle of man, then you cannot. But outside, as the Sahaba used to do it, they used to pray outside. So even they used to use bathroom outside. Even the women of the Sahaba, they used to go and use bathroom outside. But that outside was empty and nobody was there. So if you can find like such a privacy and outside, you pray with it. You pray with it. If not, then you pray whatever, however you can.